fight fans. I'm here alongside my co-host John Sturmack, and we're here live in Cleveland, Ohio at NAAFS Fight Night in the Flats 9. And we have a heck of a main event for you tonight with Karina Dam taking on Jessica Evil Eye.
Absolutely. Jessica Eye comes in here riding a wave of confidence. Depending what website you go to, she is either ranked number 1 or 2 at 125 pounds in the world. But do not sleep on Karina Dam. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. This one could get interesting.
And as with the aforementioned ladies we just mentioned, they are some of the best in the world. We have plenty of other exciting cage fights for you. Stay tuned to NAAFS Fight Night in the Flats 9 tonight.
The NAAFS is brought to you by Intimidation Clothing, Impose Your Will, Tim Lally Chevrolet on the Bedford Auto Mile, Discount Drug Mart, Saves You the Runaround, Underwood Motors in Worcester, your diesel truck headquarters, Bud Light, the sign of a good time, and Christie's Cabaret, the official after party of Fight Night in the Flats 9.
When you visit Tim Lally Chevrolet, you're going to notice some things that make us different, some things that aren't at any other dealership. We've got a theater for you. We've got a manicurist for free manicures. We've got a diner. We've also got a huge kids' play area.
With $10 million of inventory in one convenient location, saving people money on Chevys for over 85 years.
I know you have a ton of choices when shopping for a car, but Tim Lally will blow you away. Don't believe me? Come see for yourself. Saving you money on Chevys every day. There's only one Tim Lally Chevrolet.
Intimidation Clothing. With a focus on quality and affordability, Intimidation features shirts and hoodies for men and women. Intimidation Clothing represents the lifestyle and the attitude of mixed martial arts. Be the Intimidator. IntimidationClothing.com.
Let's bring the fighters to the cage. Please welcome Ray Lopez.
Ray Lopez coming out 11-4 out of Extreme MMA, Indiana. Ray Lopez is a very tough guy. Last time he was in the middle of his cage, he had an absolute war with John Hawk.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he is coming off 2 losses. He wants to avenge those. He's highly motivated. But I think you hit the nail on the head when you said he is one tough cookie.
Yeah, definitely. And then looking at him yesterday, I saw him at weigh-ins. He looked a little bit leaner, looking in a little bit better shape than he did in his last NAAFS appearance versus John Hawk.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see if this guy's made some improvements, some different things, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when he went up against John Hawk, another strong style guy, he was saying he was going to knock him out.
Yeah, and you know what? He rocked John Hawk a couple times in that fight. Threw some big overhands. John Hawk, being the veteran he was able to come back, kind of corral him in. Eventually, put Ray Lopez on his back for a majority of the fight and was able to grind out a good decision win.
Yeah, so I like Ray Lopez. I mean, he does not shy away from being confident.
No, this is also a guy who's taking on the likes of Andre Arlovsky.
Yes, do not forget that. He fought, and if I'm not mistaken, that was round 3 that he lost. So he went quite a distance with Andre Arlovsky.
Former world champion. Can't take anything away from that guy.
Absolutely not.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome his opponent to the cage, Maxime Grisham.
Yeah, here comes Maxime Grisham. The most important thing I like about him is not anything he does in the cage as far as fighting. He tells Vadim the Dream Ivanov that I do not look like Vladimir Putin, which is the number one thing I'm concerned with, because those guys seem to think I look like Vladimir Putin, but Maxime settled the argument. But he comes in here, very nice fighter, aggressive, excellent on his feet, great footwork, powerful hands. Last time he was in the NAAFS cage, got a TKO stoppage, so he's got striking power, no question about it.
Yeah, definitely. He's, as a guy I have a pleasure to strike with a number of times. Also, in the downtime between his NAAFS appearance, he participated in a kickboxing event in Russia in which he took on Sokaju, or Terry Sokaju, who most UFC and Strikeforce fans should be familiar with, and won that kickboxing match. He has a military background in Russia, and that's where he learned his striking. I believe the correct terminology, he's an elite Russian Special Forces striker.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to fireworks on here because Ray Lopez does not shy away from it. As we take a look at our Tim Lally Chevrolet tail of the tape, and here comes Maxime, and this guy brings it. He is, I think if I'm not mistaken, he's trying to train with you guys, get noticed by the UFC, and hopefully get pulled to a big organization.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's his total goal. I know right now he's married and he spends a lot of time away from his wife. They're actually expecting a child right now, but he's over here for one reason. That's to fight, get noticed, and blow up and get on the scene. And honestly, he's got a heck of a striking ability. I would love to see him in the UFC 205 division. My employers at Bellator probably they'll want me to get him over there because we have a lot of great Russian fighters throughout Bellator.
Well, yeah, last time in the NAAFS cage, October of 2012. It is June of 2013 as we are taping this, and I am looking forward to this one because Maxime and Ray Lopez should put on a show.
I think this could be an outstanding striking battle, and I think if so, then the fans are going to be in for a treat there. However, I think it's an easier fight if Max decides to take Ray Lopez to the ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by Intimidation Clothing and also Tim Lally Chevrolet. 3 rounds in the NAAFS Professional Series Light Heavyweight Division. And now, introducing fighting out of the John B. Lennon red corner. This fighter's record sits with 11 wins and 4 defeats. Standing 6 feet tall, he weighed in at 211 pounds, representing Extreme MMA. Fighting out of Holland, Michigan, Ray Mother Effing Lopez. And now his opponent on my left, fighting out of the Intimidation Clothing blue corner. His record, 14 wins versus 6 defeats. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighing in at 205 pounds even. Representing Strong Style Fight Team, fighting out of the Russia Federation of Tambo, presenting Maxime Maximus Grisham. Your referee is Jerry Chris.
Thank you very much, Jazz. And welcome back. NAAFS Fight Night at the Flats 9. I'm Brian Rodgers alongside my co-host, John Sturmack. And I think we're in for a very exciting fight, especially if they decide to stand up and strike the whole time.
Well, I got a text from somebody who will remain anonymous who said his prediction is Maxime by death, round 1. So there's somebody who doesn't think this is going to be a very even fight. But as Jazz mentioned, Lopez weighed in at 211 pounds, and he got fined a percentage of his purse and had to pay a fine of $50 a pound because he was overweight. But Maxime said, I don't care, I'll take the fight anyway.
Yeah, I got to take that back about what I said. Maybe he just put on more muscle, and that's why he had trouble making weight. But I thought he looked better than he did going into the John Hart fight. I think Max has the ability to outstrike and outwork him from the outside. I think nice toss there, nice lateral drop there by Max. However, I think this is the sure ticket to a path of least resistance, I will say, by Max by putting him on the ground. Although I'd like to see him strike as a fan. When you're dealing with a guy, though, like Ray Lopez, is not maybe the guy you want to really play around with on the feet, because he throws overhands, he kind of throws awkward strikes, whereas Maxime is more of a classic striker.
Maxime gets a little high, does a nice job. Now remember, for the fans watching at home, this is professional 5-minute rounds, elbows to the face, knees to the face, head kicks allowed. Nice leg kick.
Very nice leg kick. And Lopez got there a little upset, hands down, kind of goating Maxime on. That's not really a thing to do, I don't think. Another nice leg kick by Lopez.
Well, if Maxime couldn't get on the radar with M1 Global, hopefully the NAAFS will get him up there.
Yeah, Max is a guy, I think his home is at 205 in the past in Russia for opportunities. You know, he took some fights at heavyweight, kind of more the European way, not cutting as much weight and things like that. But I really think, I mean, there's not really a much better physique at 205 than what he has. He's a tall, athletic, strong guy.
Oh, nice elbow. Oh, he is out. Maybe he's not. He just took all that. All right, we're going to need to see a replay on that, because
he hit about 4 or 5 shots. He had his chin down and chin somewhat buried, but some of those landed flush. He had his chin in the correct position, but
I want to see a replay, because I mean, was he out on his feet for a quick second?
Brief snippet, I believe. Brief snippet. And I think right now, as he's kind of hanging in the clinch, he's starting to feel some of those punches. That may not have been the best decision he's ever made. Watch Max to slide around and deliver some knees. Oh, no, goes for the takedown.
And this is what we saw with John Hawk. The takedowns came just way too easy.
Yeah, very much so. He was able to stay on top and grind out. Ray didn't have much hip movement from the bottom and things like that. And I think, like I said, the path of least resistance for Max in this fight is to take Lopez down. You see, especially when a guy eats 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of however many of those punches there were.
We'll see if what Maxime has up his sleeve here, because so many of the Russian guys are known for their sambo fighting. That's, you know, for those fans that know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys have a zillion ways to put you in a choke and a zillion ways to put you in an armbar. The sambo guys have a zillion ways to attack your legs.
And Max has some of that. He's a more of a striking-based Russian fighter. However, I mean, he's rolled for leg locks on me and other guys in the gym. You know, he's well-rounded.
Right now, Ray Lopez is in some trouble with Maxime in the full mount. Got him pressed up against the cage.
And if you hear in Maxime Grishin's corner is not only his head coach Marcus Marinelli, Pablo Castro, but also former NAAFS competitor Vadim Ivanov shouting out instructions in Russian, serving as a translator for this fight.
And in the pro level, you are allowed 3 cornermen.
Grishin's looking to lock in the head and arm triangles, softening him up and trying to tuck it. Good elbow there by Grishin.
He's looking, I think he's going to get this choke. That looks deep. That looks very deep.
And there's the tap. Good win by Maxime Grishin. Ladies and gentlemen, you could be seeing this guy on a big stage very, very soon.
And here comes that Russian club music. Going to see Mr. Rogers break it down here outside the cage.
Very nice performance by Maxime Grishin. Very nonchalant about it, taking off his tape now. Easy work for him, it seems like.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight ends with a tap out due to a rear naked choke at 4 minutes and 25 seconds of round number 1. Your winner, Maxime Grishin.
Nice shot by Maxime Grisham. Let's see what he has to say. Throw it up to my co-host, John Sternmack.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Maxime Grisham. First and foremost, let's get the important stuff out of the way. I know you've got a wife at home expecting a baby. I know he wants to give a shout out.
Поздравляю тебя, говорит, он знает, что у тебя ребенок родился, говорит, скоро родится. Говорит, что ты думаешь о Шибое?
Thank you very much, guys. Спасибо большое, но ребенок еще не родился, скоро родится. Рад драться в этой публике, в родном городе, в родной команде. За 2 боя настал мне родной.
He says, thank you very much, everybody. He loves it here. He loves fighting here. He loves the crowd. He loves everybody who supports him. He's getting ready to have a baby, so he's all excited. And thanks for supporting him.
Well, the question Brian Rogers and I had, you landed a great combination right on the jaw. He stood there. Did you think he was out on his feet for a second, or he just took all that?
Говорит, ты начал руками работать и хорошо пробил, говорит. Ты думал, что он полностью упадет, или ты еще рассчитывал, что...
Упадет, но увидел, что он остановился, пришлось бой немного другое русло переводить.
He did thought he would knock him out, and that was it. He says, but then he realized that he shouldn't stop the fight. He should keep on throwing the punches and finish the fight.
Well, we love having you fight here in the NAAFS. What's next for you?
Им очень нравится то, что ты здесь дерешься, здесь выступаешь, здесь. Что следующее?
Я надеюсь, NAAFS станет для меня трамплином в турниры премиум-класса.
He says he loves fighting, he always will, but he's hoping NAAFS will put him to higher, bigger shows too, even though he loves it here.
Anybody he needs to thank?
Кого хочет отблагодарить?
Да, Маркусу Маринелли, большое спасибо, что он меня принял, работает со мной. И вокруг ребят, которые команда меня окружает, без них я бы не победил.
He wants to personally thank Marcus Marinelli and all the guys that pretty much invited him over and made him feel like at home.
Well, we're happy to have you. We hope you stay around. Give it up for your winner, Maxime Maximus Grisham.
Hey guys, I fight it for you. I love you guys.
More NAAFS cage fighting coming right up.
Visit the all-new Underwood Motors and UnderwoodMotorCars.com and see how we've grown. Nobody stocks more used cars, trucks, minivans, and diesel trucks. We're expanding our inventory to have exactly what you want, with cars starting from just $79 per month. Visit our remodeled service department and take advantage of our pledge. No charge scheduled maintenance for 4 years. You pay nothing. And if your credit's not perfect, we guarantee you financing. Underwood Motors in Worcester. See how we've grown and visit UnderwoodMotorCars.com.
Guys, are you ready for the Diamond Experience? Known for the most beautiful entertainers in the area, the Diamond Lodge and the Diamond Royale feature a full-service bar and 4-star dining. Come see us at the Diamond Lodge in Rootstown, near the Kent-Akron area, and the Diamond Royale in Belbin Village, Canton. The sexiest and sophisticated ladies are waiting for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event of the evening. It is brought to you by the distinguished Mr. John P. Lennon and also Intimidation Clothing. It's time to bring our fighters to the cage. Please welcome Karina Dane.
Karina Dane, very well traveled, professional record of 15-8, American Top Team affiliated, husband of Luis Santos, who has a record of 50-8, Bellator veteran. She's up here for a purpose. She's up here for a purpose. Besides being cornered by Santos, she's also cornered by Daniel Strauss. Very well trained, and this is a big NAAFS fight versus #1 ranked, arguably #1 ranked in the world, Jessica Evil Eye.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no question about that. She comes in here. We talked to her before the fight. Interesting gal. She wants to go into politics in Brazil, but she also said, don't make no mistake about it, I am not done fighting. Interesting. We'll talk more about it as they go along, but on her way here, she ran into a bad storm in Miami, had to have a long layover in Atlanta, basically did not get here until late yesterday, and at that point, all she could do was come to weigh-ins. She didn't have a chance to cut the weight, so she actually weighed in at 132 pounds, not 130, and Jessica said, I understand, but, you know, it is what it is. It'd be one thing if she was, you know, coming all the way from Mentor, Ohio, but no, right. She's coming all the way from Brazil, so got to give her some slack on that.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring her opponent to the cage. Please welcome Jessica Eye.
No stranger to the NAAFS cage. Hometown product, Jessica Evil Eye, coming in with a record of 14-1 out of Strong Style Fight Team here in Independence, Cleveland area, Ohio. Arguably ranked #1 in the world at a women's 125-pound, which is flyweight in the women's division.
So this morning, getting prepared for this, I went to every women's MMA website I could find. And when you look, you have Jessica Eye ranked either #1 at 125 pounds or #2. And ironically enough, she is behind, in many websites, Barb Honchak, who as an amateur, Jessica defeated. So that's something little head scratching. Granted, it was as an amateur, but make no mistake about it, as we take a look at our Tim Lally Chevrolet tail of the tape, there is a reason Jessica Eye is ranked either 1 or 2 in the world. And if there was any question as to whether or not she was getting a little too much hype, that was thrown right out the window with her first round submission over Zorlia Gurgel back in December of 2012.
Yeah, I had the pleasure to be K-side in Atlantic City at that Bellator event, and you know, she dropped Zorlia Gurgel with her right hand, and then rather than follow up and waste energy with strike, she was able to come in, lock up a standing arm triangle, didn't take it to the ground, put her defeat on the ground. So she's really growing as a mixed martial artist, not just a striker, but her wrestling, her jiu-jitsu is all coming into play.
Let's send it up to Jazz and introduce our main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pinnacle of Ohio mixed martial arts. The NAAFS is proud to present your main event of the evening. It is sanctioned by the Ohio Athletic Commission, your inspectors Gary Ceresi and Daryl Hensley, your judges for the main event, Mike Berry, Andrew Adkins, and Justin Floor, your referee in charge, Jerry Poe. And now, live from Jacobs Pavilion at Nautica in Cleveland, Ohio. For everyone here live tonight and those streaming live, ladies and gentlemen, it's about to go down. Are you ready? Somebody make some noise! Your main event is brought to you by Mr. John P. Lennon and Intimidation Clothing. 3 rounds at an NAAFS Professional Series female 132-pound catchweight. And now, introducing fighting out of the John P. Lennon red corner. Her record, 15 wins and 8 defeats. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall. She weighs 132 pounds. Representing ATT Coconut Creek, fighting out of Deerfield Beach, Florida, by way of Vila Maia, Brazil. Introducing Karina Barbie Dane. And now her opponent across the cage on my left, fighting out of the Intimidation Clothing blue corner. Her record, 14 wins, 1 defeat. Standing 5 feet 5 inches tall, she weighed in at 129.5 pounds, representing Strong Style Fight Team. She fights out of Independence, Ohio. She is the first ever NAAFS female national champion in the female flyweight division. She is ranked #1 in the world, presenting Jessica.
I'm excited for this main event. This crowd was just deafening upon the introduction of Jessica Evil Eye.
Absolutely, and you know, this is the thing. Jessica Eye, the aforementioned Barb Honchak, you know, you just go down the list of female fighters who have really trailblazed the sport for females. And Jessica Eye is one of them.
Yeah, Deb coming in with her high Muay Thai guard, high elbows, old school style. Traditional Muay Thai. I think Jessica's trying to use her athleticism and more bounce around a little bit more, try to circle one angle. James coming out early with some leg kicks. Eye's gonna have to check those as this fight goes into the late rounds.
Yeah, she's not really setting up those leg kicks. She's just throwing them. Eye hits a good combination.
I know this is one of the best conditions Jessica's ever been for a fight. She recently switched up her strength conditioning to a gentleman I train with also. You see on her shorts, Performance MMA, a guy named Chris Lewandowski out of the Cleveland area. Who's famous for a lot of things, but he used to train Cleveland's own Jim Thome for a number of years.
Interesting dynamics going to happen during this fight. You may or may not.
Oh, big shot by Eye to Dam. Dam turned away.
This cage is going to get very, very slick because we've got a rainstorm going on, and although we're covered, there's a mist as the winds are blowing left to right across from where we're sitting, and this cage could get very, very slick.
Here Dan's got a nice over-under clinch that's fairly deep. Eye's got a strong right underhook. Right underhook.
And at this point, we have what essentially is a rainstorm going on.
Dam the Uchimata temple hip toss. Eye's gonna look to try to slide out from that cage. I think this rain plays a little bit more into the favor of Dam and wants to probably grind this fight out, get it in the clinch. I don't think she's as dynamic of a striker as Jessica Evil Eye is.
I agree, and it's but it's both of their footwork's going to be affected as they try to plant and put a lot of power behind either a left hook or a right cross, whatever the case may be.
Good punching out the break. If I'm either one in ladies' corner right now, I'm saying keep your feet on the ground for a little while.
Yep, I agree wholeheartedly.
I want to stay linear and try to double jab, box, and clinch my way to win this fight with a slippery surface underneath me. Dave continuing to throw leg kicks. Using the range. Hasn't much else landed for it. I do more work with her boxing.
Just over 2 minutes left in this first round. Both ladies feeling each other out.
As Jessica Evil Eye slipped slowly, I saw ref Jerry Poley kind of cringe and make a face. I don't think he's happy about the surface. I don't know the rules exactly. Now the rain's letting up a little bit. I don't know the rules, but I think he could call a pause or a time if he feels it's unsafe. Spin return.
We saw Jessica slip right there. Our lead inspector tonight, Barry Ceresi, he may have a tough call to make about what to do with this weather. Although, once again, we are covered. Nice right by Dan. Although we are covered, some droplets are getting through. And I think that's a bad move by Barbie Dam, trying that spinning heel kick. You know, Jessica's going to come right in there and close the distance. Nice jab by I.
Both of them some kind of weird. Jessica doing more damage with her boxing. Dam trying to do a lot of work to that left lead leg of Jessica's.
And you can see it's already getting a little black and blue.
Yeah, she definitely. There she goes. That's probably the first one she checked. Her corner million adjustment said you need to start checking these kicks and change it up.
That was a nice head kick. She had been working the legs so much. I think she caught Jessica off guard by throwing that high kick. Yeah, and I agree with you. I think Jessica, one of the things she needs to do is get a good check, keep her honest.
Yeah, put that bone on bone. Generally, people stop kicking and put that bone on bone.
When you visit Tim Lally Chevrolet, you're going to notice some things that make us different, some things that aren't at any other dealership. We've got a theater for you. We've got a manicurist for free manicures. We've got a diner. We've also got a huge kids' play area.
With $10 million of inventory in one convenient location, saving people money on Chevys for over 85 years.
I know you have a ton of choices when shopping for a car, but Tim Lally will blow you away. Don't believe me? Come see for yourself. Saving you money on Chevys every day. There's only one Tim Lally Chevrolet.
Intimidation Clothing. With a focus on quality and affordability, Intimidation features shirts and hoodies for men and women. Intimidation Clothing represents the lifestyle and the attitude of mixed martial arts. Be the Intimidator. IntimidationClothing.com.
She's not going to be intimidated by that.
Yeah, I mean, Barbie's been in there with the likes of Kat Zagano, Tara LaRosa, Muna Holland, who's a Bellator vet. those are just names. Rosie Sexton, I believe, is on the new women's 135, and as aforementioned, Kat Zazango's got a win over Misha Tate and is supposed to be the head coach of the new Tough coming out. So she's been in the cage with some of the women's vets.
And this is going back a few years, but the NAAFS hosted the first ever all-female card in the state of Ohio. Jessica I was the main event. Tara LaRosa was the guest commentator for us. Came in and it's just another example of trailblazing women in women's mixed martial arts.
Yeah, I think that still might be, until the beginning of Invicta, I think that was the first all-women's card, maybe in the nation. Round 2 we start, we've got Jessica I taking on Karina Dam. I in the red trunks, Dam in the pink shorts / skirt thing.
And she keeps peppering that lead left leg, but I don't think she's doing that much damage to it.
Even if sometimes fighters don't realize, even if the box is completely even and one fighter is starting a leg kick, that weighs in the judge's eyes. They see that redness, they see the more activity with the kicks, and it could sway a judge who's looking for a complete mixed martial arts bout. Now, I think this position's smart for either fighter who wants to take advantage of it. You're safe in the clinch if you know how to fight there. It's a little less slippery, a little less open. You can control and feel your opponent as opposed to having to read and react in the opening.
Well, the wind has died down, so we're not getting that cross-section of water coming in the cage. Once again, Dam hits that lead left leg. Karina's doing a good job, though, in and out. Oh,
nice overhand right. See if Jess goes back to that or works the body, goes up and down. Maybe tries to touch that body and then come back up to upstairs to the head. One thing you want to do is sometimes when you find a good technique or a good shot, you don't want to go back to the well too many times.
Absolutely. Your opponent starts to time it, and they're going to come up with something to counter it. Ooh.
Eye rock to the head, but she's popping up.
It was a very nice head kick by Karina.
I think it more knocked her off balance than rocked her. Obviously rocked her enough to make her fall, but she got pretty clear-headed pretty quickly.
Yeah, I would agree. It definitely was a solid shot. She dropped her, but again, I think it's more for balance than actual she's stunned. Now Karina's trying to take advantage, get her to the ground. I's doing a good job using the cage as her friend. Looks to spin her around. Now, I'd like to see Jessica use some foot stomps right here. And thank you, right on cue.
The most underrated move in all of MMA, perhaps.
I think she could do it once again. She's got her head in good position up against Karina's jaw. A couple of foot stomps or two.
Good clinch work.
Both ladies showing real good clinch work. Just over 2 minutes left in this second round.
I said I was going to do something to kind of even up that head kick in Judge Eyes.
Yep.
Dam looks like she's tiring a little bit. Kind of bobbing in and out. Her hands aren't as high in that traditional Muay Thai stance that she came out with. There's still just under 2 minutes left to go in the second round.
Jessica's thrown several jabs right in a row. I'd like to see a combination, 2, 3, 4 punches in a row. Maybe end with a leg kick.
Push off her back foot, one double jab, kind of close the distance. I don't think Dam has the really striking ability, boxing-wise, to stay with it. But right now, I think the fight's really fought more of a kickboxing range.
Yeah, they are quite separated.
Joe Delgado, boxing coach Jessica, urging her to come on and come forward. I don't think she's happy with her standing on the outside.
Good job by Karina. She caught the leg kick, took her down. Smart move. Excuse me, she caught the body kick. I's got a real nice high guard right here, trapping her shoulders down.
Just under 45 seconds left to go here in this round. As if he want to try to throw up her legs and try to create a submission attempt. Create some activity of some sort.
And I know Jessica's been working on her jiu-jitsu. She goes to tournaments. I was down with her a number of years ago at Naga in Columbus for the Arnold Festival. Ten seconds to go. I think we're going to see a third round. And Mr. Rogers, we got a tight one.
Very.
Visit the all-new Underwood Motors and UnderwoodMotorcars.com and see how we've grown. Nobody stocks more used cars, trucks, minivans, and diesel trucks. We're expanding our inventory to have exactly what you want, with cars starting from just $79 per month. Visit our remodeled service department and take advantage of our pledge. No charge scheduled maintenance for 4 years. You pay nothing. And if your credit's not perfect, we guarantee you financing. Underwood Motors in Worcester. See how we've grown and visit UnderwoodMotorcars.com.
Guys, are you ready for the Diamond Experience? Known for the most beautiful entertainers in the area, the Diamond Lodge and the Diamond Royale feature a full-service bar and 4-star dining. Come see us at the Diamond Lodge in Rootstown, near the Kent-Akron area, and the Diamond Royale in Belden Village, Canton. The sexiest and sophisticated ladies are waiting for you.
I think with that head kick and then the takedown, you know, it's going to be tough to not give Karina that round.
One of the cornermen went 1-1 in Dam's corner. Not a good sign. Dam's sitting on her butt in between rounds by the cage. Sign of fatigue. I think it would serve Dam well to stay on the outside, use her kicks, keep Ai at range. I don't think she has the boxing firepower to stay with Ai. On the other turn, Ai needs to push the pace, start landing her strikes at a little bit closer of a distance and range.
Well, here we go. Round 3 of our main event. Jessica Evil Eye taking on Karina Barbie Dan Goncalves, all the way from Brazil.
I definitely needs to push the pace.
Another good leg kick to start round 3.
I think Dan only wants to be on the outside, play the game in and out, not get into these exchanges. The eyes, who's a cleaner boxing striker.
Nice head kick, I blocked it.
I bearing down a little bit more since she's trying to close the distance and range. Dan recovered a little better than I thought in between rounds. Sat for most of it, but up, has some spring in her step.
You know, I's thrown so many jabs. I think it would be in her interest to throw a fake jab left hook. Because Karina keeps trying to parry those jabs.
So we got to start working the ladder, mix up the variety. Generally, when your opponent gets stuck on seeing one thing, that's all they expect. When you start to mix it up, it kind of throws a wrench in their game.
Good left by Karina.
Either young ladies fight. Coming up on 2 minutes down left in the third round. Brian Rogers, your host, along with John Stermack here at NAAFS Fight Night in the Flats 9. Our main event of the evening. Jessica Eye versus Karina Dan.
And here's where I can do some damage. She's got her up in the clinch. I think maybe a decent strategy, try to get her to the ground and then let her just step back. Just score some points with the takedown, but don't play in Karina's world.
Yeah, she's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, but they say your belts always start to lower when you start getting hit in the face, but I think a good takedown is a definite way to seal at least the first half in the round, as we have approximately 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third round here.
And both of them are doing a real good job fighting for head position.
Good push kick away as Dan went for the high kick. Nice teep.
You can see in the corner of Jessica Eye, they are imploring her to move forward.
Yeah, Jessica Eye does not look tired, doesn't look winded at all. Just think she's a push forward. Trust what her coaches are telling her. They've been urging her on to push. Dan, however, trying to stay on the outside, stay on her bicycle.
And you could, boy, Jessica's leg, inside and out of that right leg, or excuse me, that left leg is taking a pounding. And that is the move Jessica Eye needed.
Yeah. Dan went for a bit of a judo throw there. Does a good job of landing on top. And sometimes people create, like I said, we said earlier in the fight, somebody will try to create a big throw or offense and really put themselves on the back and give the round away.
And right now, Eyes in half guard, great position to strike. Karina's looking back, gets back to full guard, hanging on for dear life. Jessica's doing a good job. She's got her head right in her chin. Needs to be able to posture up and start landing some elbows.
Yes, absolutely. I think she's definitely going to posture up, strike. Dan kind of turning, looking to walk up her legs. Maybe present for an arm bar. Just try to get some space and get her feet on the hips.
Pushes away. Jessica lets her up. Short time left.
10 seconds left in this third round main event of NAAFS Fighting in the Flats 9.
Well, this is going to be a very tough fight to call. I think there was no doubt Karina got that second round. I think if you had to put the gun to my head and say who got round 3, I think Jessica getting that top position. The whole question is going to be round 1.
Yes, absolutely, round 1. It looks like the judges' tallies are in a moment or two, we'll send it up to Jazz for our official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of fighting, we will go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Mike Berry, Andrew Atkins, and Justin Floor all score this fight 29-28. For your winner, by unanimous decision, Jessica!
In a moment, I'll send that to my co-host, John Sturmack, to get Jessica's thoughts on her win over Christina Dam.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, a big round of applause for your main event of the evening. I just wanted to say on behalf of the NAAFS Nation, congratulations, excellent fight, you fought fantastic, and I hope you come back.
Thank you for the opportunity with Jessica. I respect you. I like your fight for Zoila. You are champion. Zoila had blah, blah, blah. You prove you're professional.
Give it up for one half of your main event, Karina Barbie Dare. And now it's your winner, Jessica Eagle Eye. Unbelievable fight. Looks like her Muay Thai was getting the better of your left leg, but your boxing came through. That takedown at the end solidified it. Let's talk about it.
Man, you know what? I'm going to keep it real with my fans, myself, but man, Karina, you did a great job, and I obviously see some things I need to work on. I know you guys don't know much about me. I suffered a very bad back injury. I was getting x-rays yesterday on Friday to make sure I could fight, and I came in here and did what I could. I'm sorry I didn't put it away in front of you, Cleveland, but I love you all. I'll be a champion soon, I promise.
Well, I know you got a lot of people you need to thank. The rain's coming in sideways. Why don't we go down to people you need to thank?
First and foremost, everybody, I need one big round of applause for my big brother, Randy I, and Justin. You guys, they worked very hard to make that song for me. Please give them applause right now. That means so much. I want to thank John Lennon, Intimidation, Haas Auto Mall, Chico Sticks, Steel Stretch, and I also want to thank a gentleman, I don't know if he's here, but I know Heather is. And I want to say thank you, Chris. Hey, now we got an idea what we need to make a little bit better, but we're going to come out really tough this next time.
Well, we look forward to seeing you once again. Give it up for Cleveland's own Jessica Eagle Eye. More NAAFS cage fighting coming right up.
Visit the all-new Underwood Motors and UnderwoodMotorCars.com and see how we've grown. Nobody stocks more used cars, trucks, minivans, and diesel trucks. We're expanding our inventory to have exactly what you want, with cars starting from just $79 per month. Visit our remodeled service department and take advantage of our pledge. No charge scheduled maintenance for 4 years. You pay nothing. And if your credit's not perfect, we guarantee you financing. Underwood Motors in Worcester. See how we've grown and visit underwoodmotorcars.com.
Intimidation Clothing. With a focus on quality and affordability, Intimidation features shirts and hoodies for men and women. Intimidation Clothing represents the lifestyle and the attitude of mixed martial arts. Be the Intimidator. IntimidationClothing.com.
Welcome back, MMA and NAAFS fans. Once again, thank you for staying with us through NAAFS Fight Night in the Flats 9. I'm kind of at a loss for words. It was a heck of a card.
9 years in a row, this card has been hyped. 9 years in a row, it has lived up to that hype.
Thank you very much for staying with us. Make sure you catch all NAAFS action.